To a very special episode of Curious Kid Podcast. We are just 1 week away from the start of something special called the Great Sibling Showdown. Starting next week, my two beautiful kids, Olivia and Noah, will debate an interesting and educational topic, and here's the best part. After they are done debating, you get to vote to let us know who you think won the debate. And we are going to reveal the results in the next episode. How cool is that?
I can't wait! This podcast started over 5 years ago, and in that time, we got curious about hundreds of topics and released a bunch of bonus episodes too. If you count up all of the episodes we've released, this episode is episode 328 of the podcast. When we started Curious Kid Podcast back in 2018, I was only 4 years old. If you think that's crazy, my brother Noah was only 1 year old. Who would have thought that 5 years after we started this thing, I would be able to argue with Noah for thousands of people to enjoy? I'm truly living the dream.
If you've listened to lots of episodes of Curious Kid Podcast, you probably think you know a lot about Olivia, or maybe even about Noah, who has appeared in a bunch of episodes.
You are probably going to learn more about me and Olivia in this episode than you've learned about us in all of the other episodes combined.
That's right. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to ask each of you 10 questions while your sibling is out of the room in a secret location far, far away. Just kidding. We're just going to ask your sibling to go downstairs. After you've both answered the questions, we are going to bring your sibling in to see if they can guess what you answered. We are going to see how well your sibling knows you. And in the process, we're going to learn a lot about you. We are also going to see if Olivia knows Noah better, or if Noah knows Olivia better. Let's kick things off by asking Olivia 10 questions. Olivia, what's your name?
My name is Olivia. Is that really one of the questions?
Of course not. I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. Here we go. Question number 1. If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I would love to eat tacos for the rest of my life. I love the crunchy shells, the melty cheese, and the delicious taco meat.
That sounds good. Question number 2. What is the first thing you would buy if you had $1 million?
If I had $1 million, I would go to a local clothes store and buy some clothes and give them out to the homeless.
I love that answer. That's amazing. Question number 3. If you could be any animal, which animal would you be?
If I could be any animal, I would be a dog because I would get so much attention, just like our lovely dog, Chloe.
That's true. We give Chloe a ton of attention. Question number 4. If we had to leave New Jersey, which other state would you want to live in?
If I could live in any other state, I would definitely want to live in Florida because we have so many family and friends that live there, and it's also a beautiful state.
That's true, and I kind of thought you were going to say that anyway. Question number 5. If you could hang out with any celebrity for one day, who would you want to hang out with?
If I could hang out with any celebrity for a day, I would hang out with Lionel Messi because he is a great soccer player. I love to watch him play, and he seems like a very nice guy.
I agree with you. It would be so much fun to hang out with Messi. Question number 6. If you wanted to get pumped up to play in a competitive sports competition, which song would you listen to?
I would listen to Jump by Van Halen because it is a very hype song, and it's one of my favorites also.
I love that song. Van Halen's got a ton of great songs. Question number 7. If you could be a superhero, which superhero would you be?
If I could be any superhero, I would be Batman because he can fly and I could easily get away from my brother when he gets annoying.
I feel like today you could probably outrun your brother, so I don't know if you need to fly, but that's a great answer. Question number 8. What's your favorite room in the house besides your bedroom?
My favorite room in the house, other than my room, which I'd probably pick if that wasn't what the question was, is definitely going to be the basement. Because there are so many fun games that me and my brother Noah love to play.
I love the basement too, and I agree. I probably even love it more than my bedroom as well. Question number 9. If you were a parent for a day, and me and Mom were your kids, what's the first rule you would make?
Ooh, this is going to be fun. This is a little bit of payback. The rule I would probably make is, if you don't clean up your mess, there's going to be a big consequence.
That's a great rule, and it would be nice if occasionally you and Noah cleaned up after yourselves as well. And finally, we have question number 10, and since today is New Year's Eve, I have to ask, what is your New Year's resolution?
This might be a coincidence, but my New Year's resolution is to stop fighting with Noah as much.
That is very ironic, since next week we are starting a podcast where you and Noah are going to argue with each other in each and every episode. But nicely done, Olivia. We put this episode together so our fans could learn a lot about you, but I think I learned a lot from those answers too. Good stuff. By the way, just a quick question for you. Of all the answers you just gave, how many do you think Noah's going to be able to match?
Probably like 3. He's not very good at sibling telepathy or whatever you want to call it.
Good stuff. Okay, we're going to kick Olivia out of the room and bring in Noah to answer the same 10 questions. All right, Noah, are you ready to answer some questions for us?
Yes, sir!
Here we go with the first question. If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Cheez-Its, because I eat them all the time and they're really yummy.
We could never have enough Cheez-Its in the house. All right, second question. What is the first thing you would buy if you had $1 million?
I would buy a big mansion with lots of rooms and a swimming pool.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Hopefully you'll invite me and Mommy over. Third question. If you could be any animal, which animal would you be?
A giraffe, because they're really tall and I was always wanting to be really tall.
Oh, I love giraffes. They're my favorite animal. I love that answer. Okay, fourth question. If we had to leave New Jersey, which other state would you want to live in?
Florida, because I have family that lives there and I want to spend time with them.
That's a fantastic answer. If you could hang out with any celebrity for just one day, who would you want to hang out with?
I'd love to hang out with Lionel Messi because he's the best soccer player and I love soccer.
Oh, we all love soccer. This is a big soccer family. All right, sixth question. If you wanted to get pumped up to play in a competitive sports competition, which song would you listen to?
I would want to listen to Thunderstruck by AC/DC because it's a great song and I always love to listen to it.
Oh, that's an amazing song, and it gets me pumped up too. All right, for the seventh question. If you could be a superhero, which superhero would you be?
I would want to be Spider-Man so I could climb walls.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun. For the eighth question, what's your favorite room in the house besides your bedroom?
The basement because I love to play the Nintendo Switch down there.
Oh, we love playing the Switch together. Okay, for the ninth question, if you were a parent for a day and me and Mom were your kids, what's the first rule you would make?
I would say you're not allowed to have snacks until noon.
Oh, that seems fair. I like that one. All right, for your 10th and final question, since it's New Year's Eve, what is your New Year's resolution?
I'd want to put my iPad down more and spend more time with my family.
Oh, I love that answer. Noah's in a phase now where he spends a lot of time on his iPad chatting with friends. Noah, that was awesome. I really enjoyed your answers. Do you think Olivia can guess your answers to some of those questions?
Absolutely not. I feel like I know her better than she knows me.
Well, we're about to find out if you're right. Let's get Olivia back into the podcast studio to see if she can guess your answers.
I'm back! I know everything about Noah, so this is gonna be too easy.
Okay, you know the deal. I asked him the same questions I asked you. All you have to do is tell me what he said. Let's get started. In the first question, I asked which food he would eat for the rest of his life if he could only eat one food. Which food do you think he said?
Definitely pizza. He asks for pizza like every day.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Noah actually said Cheez-Its. He would eat Cheez-Its for the rest of his life. All right, in the second question, If he had $1 million, what's the first thing he would buy?
A Tesla. He's always asking Dad for a new Tesla.
Nice try, but he said he would get a mansion with tons of rooms and a swimming pool. Okay, in the third question, I asked him if he could be any animal, which animal he would be.
I think he would also be a dog, just like I said I would be.
I'm sorry, but he actually said he would be a giraffe because they're tall and he wants to be tall. Okay, so far you're 0 for 3. In the fourth question, we asked if he had to leave New Jersey, which other state would he want to live in? What do you think he said?
I think he also said Florida.
You're right about that one. That's the first one you got right. Congratulations.
Yay!
He also said he wants to be in Florida, where he could spend more time with his family. All right, for the fifth question. If he could hang out with any celebrity for a day, who do you think he'd want to hang out with?
I think Noah would also like to hang out with Lionel Messi because he also loves that player and he loves soccer.
You got that one right, too. That's 2 in a row for Olivia. Unfortunately, I don't think Lionel Messi speaks great English, so I'm not exactly sure what you would do when you were hanging out, but you both want to hang out with Lionel Messi. Okay, for the sixth question, I asked him if he needed to get pumped up to play in a competitive sports competition, which song would he listen to?
I think he would totally listen to Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz because that's one of his favorite songs.
It sure is, but that's not the answer he gave. He told me he would listen to Thunderstruck by AC/DC, which is another great song. Okay, for the seventh question, I asked him if he could be a superhero, which superhero would he be?
I think he would also want to be Batman because I bet he would also want to fly away from me.
That's true, but maybe he would climb walls to get away from you instead because he said Spider-Man. All right, for the eighth question, what is Noah's favorite room in the house besides his bedroom?
Definitely the basement. I think he said the basement because we have so many video games in the basement.
That's exactly what he said. He would want to be hanging out in the basement a ton because he loves playing the Nintendo Switch. All right, for the ninth question, I asked if he was the parent for a day and me and Mom were his kids, what's the first rule he would make?
I think he would say no iPads because sometimes my parents tell us to turn off our iPads when we're not really wanting to.
That's a great answer, but unfortunately not what he said. He said he wouldn't allow us to have any snacks before noon. Okay, last question. What do you think Noah's New Year's resolution would be?
Not to fight with me, even though we're starting a podcast next week about fighting.
He actually said he would want to put his iPad away more and spend more time with family. That's his New Year's resolution.
I think the resolution Noah picked about putting his iPad away and spending time with family is a great New Year's resolution. Maybe I will start doing that too.
That's a great idea. All right, nice work, Olivia. You got 3 out of 10 correct, and that's pretty impressive. These are hard questions. I could have asked questions like what's your favorite color or what's your favorite sport, but those would have been too easy. The questions I asked were hard for you to guess, but you did a great job. Okay, let's bring Noah up from the dungeon to see how well he does guessing your answers.
I'm back and I'm ready to do this. But before I start, how did Olivia do?
Ooh, I would tell you, but that wouldn't be much fun. I'm not going to share the results until both of you are done. Let's see how well you can do guessing Olivia's answers to the 10 questions. Okay, in the first question, I asked Olivia what she would eat if she could eat only one thing for the rest of her life. What do you think she answered?
I would say she said mac and cheese because she eats it almost every day.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Would you believe it if I told you that she said she would eat tacos if she could only eat one thing for the rest of her life? Okay, in the second question, I asked what's the first thing she'd buy if she had $1 million? What do you think she said?
I think she would say mansion, just like I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. She actually said she would buy lots of clothes to give to the homeless. All right, for question number 3, I asked if she could be any animal, which animal would she be? What do you think she said?
Penguins, because they're adorable, and she loves penguins.
You're right, she does love penguins, but she did say she would want to be a dog so she can get as much attention as Chloe does. All right, Noah, you're 0 for 3, but I think maybe you could possibly turn it around. So here's question number 4. If Olivia had to leave New Jersey, which other state do you think she'd want to live in?
I think she said Florida, because She would want to hang out with family just like me.
Ding, ding, ding. You got that one right. All right, Noah, that's your first correct answer. Let's see if you can keep it going. In the fifth question, I asked if she could hang out with any celebrity for just a day, who would she want to hang out with? What do you think she said?
I think Lionel Messi because she loves soccer just like I do.
That's your second in a row, Noah. You're absolutely right. She did say Lionel Messi. She does love soccer. She loves Messi. And just about a week or two ago, we actually bought her Messi cleats to wear on the soccer field. Great answer, Noah. Okay, we're halfway there. We asked her if she wanted to get pumped up to play in a competitive sports competition. Which song would she listen to? What do you think she said?
I think she would say, "Are You Gonna Go My Way" by Lenny Kravitz.
Ooh, that's actually a pretty funny thing. She thought you were going to say, "Are You Gonna Go My Way" by Lenny Kravitz. But you said Thunderstruck by AC/DC, and she actually said Jump by Van Halen, which is another one of her favorite songs. In the next question, I asked her if she could be a superhero, which superhero would she want to be? What do you think, Noah?
That one would be Superman so she could fly.
You know what? She said she wanted to fly, but she said she would be Batman so she could fly. All right. Question number 8, we asked her which room is her favorite besides her bedroom. What do you think she said?
I think the living room because she loves to hang out there.
That's true, but just like you, she said she loves the basement. Okay. In the 9th question, if Olivia was the parent for a day, and me and Mom were her kids, what's the first rule do you think she would make?
I think she would tell you and Mommy to go to sleep at 8 o'clock.
Oh, Noah, if you thought that was a punishment, you're wrong. I welcome the day that me and Mommy can go to sleep at 8 o'clock. We love to sleep. In the final question, I asked Olivia what her New Year's resolution is. What do you say, Noah?
I think she would spend more time outside.
Well, you're not going to believe what she said. Olivia said her New Year's resolution was to argue with her brother Noah less, which is so sweet. And, like I told our listeners already, is crazy considering we're about to start a podcast next week called Curious Kid Podcast Presents The Great Sibling Showdown, where you and Olivia are going to argue with each other in each and every episode. Noah, that was a pretty nice job. You got 2 out of the 10 questions right. And those questions are not easy to guess. Nicely done, buddy. Wow, that was so much fun. Olivia beat Noah by a very close score of 3-2. And to be fair, we should probably give Noah half credit for the superhero question, since he did say that Olivia would want to be able to fly, although he guessed the wrong superhero. If you have siblings, why don't you try the same competition with similar questions to see how well you know each other? Do you think you could guess more than 2 or 3 of your siblings' answers? It might not be as easy as you think. Before we get going, we have a few very special listeners to thank.
We want to thank our newest Patreon supporters, Dave M. from the United States and you from Canada.
Thank you, Dave and you, for the support. Even though the first episode of the Great Sibling Showdown doesn't come out until next week, our Patreon supporters can listen to it right now. Check out the Patreon link in the show notes to see how you can support the podcast. Don't forget to join us next week for the Great Sibling Showdown, and you will hear Olivia and Noah debate in their very first showdown.
Happy New Year, everyone! See you back here in 2024. We hope the upcoming year is the very best one yet.